There's a flag.
I got
All
one
right,
in
let's
here
get
too.
started, shall we? Hit that music.
All right. When these dads meet world, watching Boy Meets World. We grew up on the show, now we have kids and host a podcast. We watch each episode and then share our thoughts and grades. When these dads meet world.
They want you to take the roles.
They do. They want you to take the roles, and so do we. And welcome back to another classic episode of Dad's Meet World, your weekly deep dive into that 90s classic nostalgia. Oh, you know it, you love it. Boy Meets World. I am one of your dads this week, Tyler, joined as always.
By Dad O Numero Doso, Brett O.
Yes, and we want to establish right off the bat that Brett is a bandana guy, so he has full right to be the bandana guy, and I am
That's right.
not, so I won't.
I should have worn one just for this episode.
You should have. I remember when we went on that first missions trip, and all of a sudden you were wearing bandana, and I looked at you and I'm like, "So you're bandana guy?" You're like, "I am." Like, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Of course, Shawn out of nowhere is a bandana guy, so whatever.
Yeah. I'll be I'll be backwards hat guy since all my bandanas are upstairs. How's that?
Well, fine. And only one person can be backwards hat, that's for sure.
All right.
Brett, how are you? What's new?
Doing all right. Had to chase the cat around. Our neighbors were texting. Our neighbors texting with Kelly, and she felt like the cat bouncer because our cat is an indoor out. One of our cats is an indoor outdoor cat, and she was
Uh-huh.
feeling like the cat bouncer because he was trying to pick a fight with another neighborhood cat that just kind of wanders around. It's not their cat, but they were in the driveway and he was trying to pick a fight with the other neighborhood cat. She was spraying him with the hose. So Kelly asked if I'd go out and see if I could find our cat. All the cats are gone by the time I get outside.
Of course.
Yeah. And other than that, just more driving with Toby and getting ready to send a college student off to college.
Very nice.
I got to find a way to sneak a pudding trunk in.
Oh, you do got a pudding trunk. I just think you'd have like a little suitcase, like a tiny one, and be like, "Oh, before I forget, I know you need this."
Yes.
Oh, that would have been a cool graduation gift. I should have thought of that.
Hindsight is 2020.
It is.
Well.
Also, that box I keep meaning to send you, and I keep forgetting.
Well. Well, how are you, Tyler? What's going
I'm
on?
good. I found a solution, Brett, to my trampoline problem. If I go outside tomorrow and everything's still standing, I'll call it a victory.
All right.
Mm-hmm. The bar that we were missing that made it unusable for our littlest ones, it was on back order apparently.
Hmm.
So they have no idea when they're going to send it to us. So I went and I took an old bar from one of our bed frames, and I just kind of bent it a little bit in different spots and got the got different screws to get it all meshed in together. I rednecked it up. I'll throw a little duct tape on there just to make it extra
I was
pretty.
gonna say, did you red green it up?
Not yet, not yet. I probably will though. But yeah. So I'm taking a small victory lap, but not too big.
All right.
Yeah. Well, should we get into this hot mess?
I was gonna say we should hop into it. Good looking people. We're gonna dive into the 15th episode of season 6, Road Trip. To take his mind off his dad's death, Shawn takes Cory along on a soul-searching road trip in Chet's trailer, where they end up at a truck stop where the young waitresses, portrayed by the music group Nobody's Angel, are searching for something more, just like Shawn. and Cory discovers that Shawn has no intention of returning home. Meanwhile, Eric tries to understand the kiss he witnessed between Jack and Rachel, as do they. This episode was written by Matthew Nelson, directed by David Kendall, originally aired on February 5th, 1999, just 1 week after our last episode, and currently enjoys an IMDb rating of 7.5. That is just 0.1 lower than our last episode, and is currently tied for 15th with Cutting the Cord, My Baby Valentine, and State of the Unions. So, and this is how we know it's a living, breathing thing over at IMDb, because just as we recorded our last episode, I said, hey, the next episode is 7.6. It dropped 0.1. So, because we had the last episode and this one were tied when we recorded. It's dropped.
Interesting.
Yeah. So our last episode had 11.94 million viewers. Tyler, how do you think we did with Nobody's Angel, which no one remembers, guest starring and kicking off their new single on the show?
Let's just go with 12, Brad. Why not?
Well, you are right. We did crack 12.34 million viewers. That's right.
Don't know if it was worth
it. Well, let's dive right in. Tyler, take it away.
Yeah, we start off in the truck, apparently, that Chet has always had with the trailer.
Well, you got to haul it somehow.
Well, they've never established what type of vehicle Chet is driving. Mm-hmm. So it's in some kind of old truck, probably from the 80s or 70s, that's hauling around this way too large of a trailer, but yada yada there on the roof.
Yes, it is deceptively large on the inside. There is no way that interior fits the exterior we get to see.
No, I mean they are attempting to make it seem smaller now because you see the bed, that there's a bed, but in season 4 there's a back end to the trailer, so where there's clearly restroom, like 2 bedrooms. So I mean, a double wide is understandable, but for a quote unquote movable trailer that can be picked up on any given moment and hooked up anywhere, no.
Yep.
Because they have lights on, so they had to hook up the trailer somewhere.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah, so apparently the tank's all full of gas. How they paid for it, who knows? Apparently they have no destination and let the road guide them.
That's right.
And Cory wonders, where are we going?
Shawn doesn't want to tell him. Shawn is just...
Brett, you ever get into a car with someone who's driving and they don't know where they're going, or they won't tell you where they're going?
No, every road trip I've been on, we always had a destination in mind.
Yeah.
I can't say we ever got in and just drove. We always wanted to get somewhere.
Right, but here's one of my major complaints about this episode. Let's get into it right away, Brett. It makes it sound like Shawn's just hopping in the truck and just going. But where? And they're like, what's the destination? Where are we going to? He says, I don't know. But he's stopping somewhere that his dad has been to before. So did he have did he think that his dad maybe has stopped there before? Like, it's just too coincidental that the one place they stop for lunch is also just happens to be a place that his dad would stop at a lot.
Yeah, it is very, very coincidental. Especially
explain that
on the way between Ohio or Pennsylvania and Ohio. This one little hole in the wall diner would be somewhere that Chet would frequent on this regular route that he would run. It's it stretches believability a lot. Like, it would make a lot more sense if he was trying to trace a path that his dad had run.
Hmm. Yeah, it would make sense, Brett, if like he went through a bunch of the old receipts or old letters and found a bunch of addresses and was just like, let me figure out where these addresses are. And he's driving to specific locations that might have meant something to his dad. He doesn't know what they are, but he knows he wants to learn more about him and the people he
Mm-hmm.
knew. Who are the people that he would leave and go to? Like I I think that's a really cool quest for Shawn to get into, and that's something that would be awesome to see a little bit of, but
Mm-hmm.
more importantly for the character's growth and journey, that he actually is like trying to walk in his dad's shoes a little bit.
Yeah. That'd be a great quest for him to take, and it'd be a worthy episode or two to watch.
Yeah. Well, even if they don't show, but just him being away for a couple episodes, making clear that he is on this path, and when Shawn returns, he'll be a better man.
Mm-hmm.
It's the opposite of Andy Bernard.
Going away on a boat.
Yeah. So yeah, there's just this weird awkward tension of Cory being like, "So what are we doing? What's happening?" And he's like, "I can't tell you yet. Let's just get on the road." And I'll tell you what, Brett. I just spent last weekend, last 2 weekends, driving on the open highway, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio. I don't like driving to any of them, so I need a purpose for my driving. I can't just go to go.
I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of road trips myself. As much as I like the concept of a journey, I don't like a road trip. It's
Yeah,
just get me there. I just want to be there.
yeah. Well, I like a good journey. Like you have things you want to do, like places you want to stop, experiences you want to have, but like you have to plan some of those things out.
Mm-hmm.
And this show, they're setting up a generation to think, Brett, you just get on the road and you just go. How
Life
do they
is
handle
a
the tolls? That's what I
highway.
want to know.
The same way they managed to fill up their gas tank.
Jack's stepdad.
That's right.
Yeah, but they have this fun conversation about how Shawn has a bandana on, and if Cory wears a bandana, it's no longer cool. It's cool for one guy to wear a bandana, but not two guys. And
It's
I
just
gotta say,
weird.
Brett, yeah, it's one of those weird man, quote unquote, man rules, guy rules, dude rules that just always annoy me greatly. Like, what's the purpose of this
Bro
other than to
code.
make one guy feel less cool?
Well, I will say in this instance, I'll allow it because Cory can't pull off a bandana.
No, of course he can't. Cory can't pull off anything. But also, he
So
initially
I'll
picks a
allow it.
white bandana that doesn't fit with no design. It's just pure white. Like,
It's
where did he
just a
get that?
handkerchief.
Yes,
The
but
costume department just gave him a handkerchief.
yeah, starting to think you don't really like the guy. But they pull into a truck stop, Brett, a real truck stop,
And
because
I will say, I like the truck stop set. It's
yeah, it's cool.
expansive. It's they put a lot of work into this set that they'll only
They
have for
did.
1 week.
Brett, every time they do a set location that's in one location, they always do a good job. Because the one
Mm-hmm.
that they were at, that's like 45 minutes from uh, Philadelphia, where the Amish were, like
Mm-hmm.
that was a well done road
Be
stop place
just
too.
be at that farmhouse over there.
All right, I'll throw us under the bus a little bit. Brett and I, when we were at the Columbus Zoo, may or may not have seen a Amish family, and I may have turned and said, "That farmhouse over there," and we both giggled like schoolgirls.
Oh yes. Well, how else can you giggle?
Yes. Um, But yes, Cory is so excited. He's at a real truck stop because he's never been to one before, except for in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but we meet. I'll let you go through all the people we meet, Brett, because we meet
Oh, I'm not
everybody
even.
right away.
I'm not giving IMDb's for the band. I didn't bother getting IMDb information for Nobody's Angel because they're a girl group and half of them didn't do any acting and the other half, yeah,
They kind of look like they're looking at the camera half the time,
they can't act.
but
I
they can
will
sing
say
and dance.
I will say we did get Mickey Jones back though.
Mm-hmm.
He is our second milkshake guy, also known as Merle. IMDb credits him as milkshake guy, but he is called Merle in the episode. Mickey Jones is back. Ezekiel is back, just as milkshake guy. So you can go back to Janitor Dad 406, which is oddly enough another episode that deals with Shawn and his father issues.
Mm-hmm.
So Ezekiel, I'm going to say Ezekiel's cousin Merle.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's a good head canon.
Yeah, and we also meet Bill, the owner or operator of the diner, played by Art LaFleur.
I
Only,
prefer Cory's reference to him. Big scary man.
yes, authentic grizzled old roadside diner man. It's the only time we'll see him on Boy Meets World. 171 acting credits. Featured in productions such as Charlie's Angels, MASH, The Incredible Hulk, The A-Team, Field of Dreams, Northern Exposure, Home Improvement, The Sandlot, Baywatch, ER Jag, The Santa Clauses 2 and 3, House, and more. He sadly passed away in 2021.
Brett, but if they had this actor as a professor, an old, tough, gruff professor who has been teaching the same class, he doesn't change his lessons, and to see, Cory and Shawn try to mess with his class would have been spectacular.
Oh, I would have loved to have seen that.
I would have
Because
too.
his chemistry with Cory and Shawn was great.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
look,
was.
Art was I've seen Art in several other productions, and he is a true character actor. I mean, he is
He is.
fantastic in everything he's in. But I would have loved to have seen him in his character used in a much better episode.
Yep, I agree with that completely. It really is a shame that he was wasted in this episode. I mean,
Yeah,
he does a lot. I mean, what is of good of this episode is him carrying a lot of the
yeah,
story.
he does because the girls are
They give it their best.
bless their hearts. They give it their best. What they're given is not great, and they do their best. They're there to sing, is what they're there to do.
Yes.
And two of them did go on. One went on to do some voice work behind the camera, and another one did go on to do a little bit of acting. The other two did not.
Yep.
But what they were given was not fantastic, and I mean they're given like the subtlety of bricks to work with.
Yes.
Like the one girl's like, "You're searching for something, aren't you?" The instant she meets Shawn, it's like, "No, who's that intuitive?"
Right. Yeah, that's the problem of trying to dump 5 characters. You almost wish that like they would just say like, "Oh, this is the one who's like the talker." Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to minimize any of them because I think they do the best they can with what they're given, but I don't think they're given much.
Yeah,
And maybe if we didn't touch the whole Jack, Rachel, Eric stuff and just would have left it of this Cory and Shawn episode, we could have had a little bit more time for them to actually flush out who are each of these girls individually, but we weren't going to get that.
maybe.
Um,
I did enjoy their introduction where Art's pointing out, "You see that gun? That's my
yeah.
daughter. See that girl? That's my daughter. You see her? Let's see you explain that one."
But I mean, it's that. Okay, am I okay? Are we so flawed because of where we live, Brett, that when they talk about Philadelphia being the big city, that I immediately go, do they know that New York is like an hour away from there? Like, just go a little bit further, and you'll literally have better
I,
chance.
I mean, having grown up in the middle of nowhere, I can appreciate that because growing up, I looked at Cleveland as the big city. Seeing somewhere like New York, I knew it existed, but the concept of it was just too far away.
Yeah,
Whereas Cleveland was something attainable, it was right there. So
fair.
for them, yeah, New York's only another hour away, but Philadelphia is within their reach.
Yeah. Well, I guess I wish they would make more clear of where in Pennsylvania is this occurring. Because
I always assume that it's actually fairly close to Ohio because they talk about it being on the trip between They talk about Chet being on his run between Pennsylvania and Ohio. So I always interpret it as being at least on the western half of the state.
right, but if that's the case, then I feel like Pittsburgh is it would be the city of that's our goal is to get to Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Because I mean, there's a huge divide within the state of Pennsylvania. Of you either relate more to Pittsburgh or you relate
Oh
more to
yes.
Philadelphia, and there's it is one of those things that is very clear and uh, real.
Hmm.
You almost live in two different states.
Yeah.
But anywho, the, the girls are very curious about Shawn and Cory because they're from the big city and they
Hmm.
think it's scary and do they think they could make it and all that jazz and they decide they're going to perform,
Yep. It's time for them to sing.
which is also when Shawn decides to drop the fact that, hey, I don't think I'm going back. And Corey's like, what do you mean? And then they're about to start singing. He goes, no, seriously, what do you mean?
Yep. Always great timing, Sean.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, the girls decide they're going to sing now. And we have a full, what, 3 minutes of the girls singing and dancing?
Yeah, I mean, they perform their entire single with very, very obvious, clearly lip syncing to everything. And I got to say, teen girl pop really fits at a truck stop.
Yeah, really fits at a truck stop. Also, the Boy Meets World audience is Scream's Teen Girl Squad as well.
Yeah, especially once they get into the college years, that's definitely their target audience. I mean,
Hmm.
they wanted to age them up so they could tell more adult stories. And hey, let's bring in this teeny bopper
Yeah.
bubblegum pop group.
I'm honestly amazed that they didn't try, like, to have these girls on for, like, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Like,
Hmm.
that would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah. There are other shows in TGIF. It would have made more sense for this group to have been on.
Play a little Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Or, to have had them on a season or two earlier. Granted, they weren't
Yeah.
around a season or two earlier, but it's just in the life of the show. This is not the time to bring this particular group on.
Yeah. So let's just move on, Brett. We get to the apartment, the awful, horrible now apartment, the dark apartment.
Yes, the black
Um,
hole.
yes, because apparently now Rachel and Jack are super awkward around each other.
Yep.
Um, it's been give or take a day or two since the kiss, and they've not talked about it yet because
Hmm.
mature college students and all.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Um, and so apparently they don't know how to interact with each other anymore.
Yeah, what
Um,
was it? Was it just being friends? Was it being more than friends? What are we doing here?
yeah, well, one of my problems has always been with Jack is that he wants to do things, but then never has the depth to talk about those things afterwards. He wants other people to define things for him.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why he and Eric get along so well as friends, is because Eric just says straight up, "This is what's happening. This is what I'm seeing," and Jack is like, "Huh? I guess you're right. Well, I'll go with what you say."
Yeah, Jack really is more of a beta personality than an alpha.
Mm-mm. Yep. But they're like, "Should we tell Eric?" No, we definitely shouldn't tell Eric. Okay. Eric walks in and immediately says, "Oh, hey, by the way, saw you two kissing."
Yeah, just kind of figured.
Oh, hey, we should probably talk about the fact that you two are making out. Like, what should we do about this now?
And I have to say, friend comforting friend, no, that wasn't comforting. That was full on making out. That wasn't just a friend
Yeah.
comforting friend kiss.
Yeah.
You guys were laying on
No.
top of each other on the couch.
Yeah. So,
And
Brett.
Eric saw.
Yeah, I, I feel judgmental to say that we now spend the next, I don't know, 15 minutes of the whole runtime of going back and forth of the girls trying to convince Cory and Shawn to convince their dad slash dad's best friend's dad that they should be able to go out and try to make their dream come true. And the girls kind of going back and forth on, well, no, we probably shouldn't do that because think of dad.
He needs us here.
Yeah,
On paper, it's one of those simple stories where character A, by helping character B, realizing that character A needs to let character C go.
yeah. I mean,
And but they fumble it so horribly
yeah,
because they're putting so much extra junk into the mix with the four girls.
yeah. Now, I will say, Brett, I love the fact that Cory says to Shawn, "Did you bring me to this restaurant to break up with me in public so I don't make a scene? Because I'll make a scene." And Shawn says, "I know you will."
Yes, he
Yeah.
knows.
But apparently, as they're going to pay, Shawn sees a picture of his dad. He goes, "Oh my gosh, my dad stopped here." And then we realize, oh, him and the owner were friends. And it's like, that's the context we need for this episode. Like,
Hmm.
let this be a moment how of, aha, I knew it. That's what I thought. Like, let Shawn tell us here, like, my dad has all these places he went to. I'm trying to walk his path, like, see what he saw, understand him better, to understand me better. Like, that's something Cory could get behind. But
Hmm.
this whole time he's just like, I'm not coming home. Why not? I don't know. Where are you going? I don't know. Like, that's not an answer.
Yeah, that's just Sean being aimless once again because the writers don't know how to give him any more depth than going back and reverting to season one aimless
Yeah.
Sean.
He might as well just blow up another mailbox.
Yeah. And this time he's an adult, so he'll do jail time.
I'm not kidding, Brett. Just Sean Hunter should just go blow up a mailbox because what else do they know what to do with him? Like, he is in college. They've shown him this season to write poetry, to think through things. He's getting A on papers. He's getting B on papers. Like, he is doing well in school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, school should not be his problem right now. His problem is an internal battle. So show that. Like, show us they're on spring break. And he says, hey, during spring break, I'm going to go and travel and try to hit some of the places my dad went to. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I Kit Kat.
But instead, we've got aimless Shawn finding out by happenstance, oh, my dad was here, and
Yeah.
you guys all knew him. And
Yep.
oh,
Oh,
guess what? Chet talked about you all the time. He was really
yeah.
proud of his son, the doctor, the med school student.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. That's okay for him to say, "Hey, your dad talked about you all the time. Terrific." Like, make clear, like, oh yeah, this is just one of the places he stopped at. Here's the road and the map to more places that he would always tell me about where he was going. Here are some of the friends that we were all connected with. Like, heck, let this guy be like the long lost friend who, you know, was his Cory once upon a time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, something.
Yeah. I mean, I like that idea of giving him his dad's little black book of other, because in this story, Chet at one time was a big rig driver. So let Bill give Shawn Chet's black book he left behind one time, full of addresses for other stops along the way, and let him follow that path to
Yeah,
discover more about who his dad was. Give him
terrific.
that. Give him that. And then he can call and check in with Bill every now and then.
Hmm.
There you go. He's got two solid ties to his dad's past. He's got his quest. He's got a set time limit where he can go and do these things and get back home.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, heck, this could have been the place where Sean was actually born. You know, like it just, I really feel like Brett. There needed to be something more than just this. Just happened to be a place that Chet would stop, and they called themselves friends just because he stopped enough. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
not a friend. Like that's an acquaintance. Maybe a nice acquaintance, an acquaintance you like a lot, but like you can't tell me that this truck stop, like Chet, once you say Chet, everyone knows exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. So who shot him?
I don't know. But yeah, excuse me, they also make it sound like the girls also knew him well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Um, just to end the whole storyline at the apartment, because we do go back there for one more scene, it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of just Eric confirming, like, hey, like, was that just an accident? And they were both like, yeah, it was an accident. He goes, okay, so everything's good with us, right? Like, nothing's
Just went
changing.
too
And they both
far.
went, yeah, we just went too far. He goes, all right, great, great. That's all I needed to know. And then he walks out, and they say, it's wonderful that he cuts through the chase and he really makes clear, what his concerns are. And he goes, yeah. And they both look at each other and says, I want to make out with your face. And then they make out on the couch.
They suck face and they're
Yeah,
liars.
they are. And okay, that is also a key point of frustration with this episode, Brett, of like, they're in college. If they had just said to Eric, hey, we don't know what this is, but we know that there was a spark, whatever, we're going to try to date. Just if you're uncomfortable, tell us what we can do to make you feel more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like they're like, well, we're not going to tell him because we want to be sensitive to Eric. Because apparently Eric, like Shawn, is a wounded puppy who you can't tell anything straight to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This apartment is horrible.
Yeah. Well, it's that fine balance that the three characters brought to each other that now is out of whack because Rachel chose.
Yep.
So, and now the two best friends, quote unquote, are letting a woman come between them.
Yep. They are. Well, they will.
Yeah. So, anywho, they are going back and forth, and then at one point they end up back at they're in the trailer and they're discussing everything that you know Cory is needs to go home. Shawn needs to go home too, but he's staying, and Shawn just wants Cory's blessing to continue on this journey. But Cory
Mm-hmm.
keeps bringing up, "You don't know where you're going. How can I support you in just leaving? Also, how am I getting back
Mm-hmm.
to Philadelphia?"
Yeah, I've got that in my notes too. Did he wind up taking a bus home?
Yeah, call his dad. Dad, come pick me up. Um, but I do love that we get a really weak Cory and Shawn fight.
Yeah, that was fun to
Um,
watch.
it's not the dramatic push back and forth they have in season 3 or season 2. I can't remember now off the top of my head. No, season 3, because what's his face is there.
Hunter
Eli's there.
Matthews, did you guys know you're fighting each other?
um, yeah, and so like it wasn't like real physical, and it wasn't emotional, but it's just them like yelling at each other while they're like trying to do like wrestling moves to each other, like
Mm-hmm.
putting each other in chokeholds and arm
Yeah, it's
bars,
more
and
grappling.
yeah, just I love the awkwardness of it. It's like, oh yeah, you want to do this? All right, well, I got you here, and then the girls just open the door and find them wrestling with each other.
Oh, you're just wrestling.
I know, you just wrestling.
I know it's on my
Yes.
board somewhere, but I can't find it.
Yeah, and so the girls again go, all right, this is it. You gotta convince our dad. You gotta tell him. Oh, I forgot. I do love that Cory goes, wait until I tell Feeny. uh, so yeah, they're just like, you gotta help us convince our dad that we need to leave. But our dad needs us.
Oh, I know. You were just wrestling.
Oh, there it is. Thank you.
There it is.
Yes. And then I'm currently blanking out. What's the character's name?
Bill?
Bill. Bill walks into the trailer because apparently it's okay in
It's
whatever
okay to
part of
just walk into
Pennsylvania
someone's
to
home.
open up a trailer door, walk into a trailer door that's wide open.
Yeah, the girls did the same thing, so Bill does the same thing, you know.
Yep, he just walks right in and says, "What are my daughters doing in here?" And
No,
Cory
no,
just
he says,
like,
"What are you doing in here with my daughters?"
I just love how he keeps like almost pulling what are you, Cory, doing with my daughters? And Cory's trying to be like, I'm innocent. I have a
Like
fiance.
I'm engaged. I am doing nothing.
I
I
have
know
no
nothing.
intentions. But I will say it's probably one of those deals where he can mess with Cory, so he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I like to
But
think that.
I will say Bill hears them out. And apparently he decides to fire his daughter and his daughter's friends.
Yeah. I mean,
Because he
good for
doesn't want to
Bill.
hold them back.
Good for Bill. He does see that they have talent in one area, not as actors. They're talented.
Brett, we are here to give a positive and encouraging.
I'm giving them their flowers as musicians, not as actors. They have talent as musicians, and he wants to allow them to go
And
pursue
I'm
that.
sure they are good people.
Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. But he wants his daughters to be able to go pursue their dreams as musicians, and he's giving them permission to do that.
Yeah.
We never find out how old they are, though.
No.
Because if they're under 18, this is a little bit questionable. If they're over 18, this is, well, I mean, was there any reason you couldn't leave before? Were you just
Guilt.
waiting for his blessing?
Yeah. But apparently Cory decides to fire Shawn as well.
Yeah. You're fired.
I I wish they would have leaned more into this road trip of them being in a car awkwardly, like having to deal with their friendship and actually talk about them as they're driving, or just have an episode where Shawn is the main character and have it go
Mm-hmm.
back maybe to Cory, and what he's going through right now, but just either let Shawn fully experience this thing of his enlightenment, or let it actually be Cory and Shawn having a come to Jesus talk.
Yeah, this script needed to go one of 3 or 4 different ways. This is way out of the oven too early. This feels like, hey, we're putting this group in this episode right around it.
Yeah. I definitely don't blame the girls for any of this problem. It definitely is it's not having a clear indication of what they want from these two characters in their evolution as friends, as roommates, as brothers. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
And they definitely didn't know how to handle the breakup situation, or the also friendship endingness of Rachel choosing Jack.
Yeah.
So,
Hopefully when Eric actually gets that news, we'll have a little bit of deft handling of that.
all right. You said you had the clip of Bill giving the pep talk at the end?
No, I have when Chet shows up in the
Oh,
front seat.
well, we might as well get there, Brett.
All right, here we go.
You gonna crank it up or what?
Dad?
Bet you didn't expect to see me, did you, son?
What are you doing here?
You looking for something? Thought I'd try and help you find it.
It's very cool of you.
Well, I was always a cool guy.
I miss you.
I know. But remember, I'm always right here.
And again, a very sweet, wonderful moment that if we could have had more time with, could have been so much more.
Mm-hmm.
Whole episode of Shawn driving by himself and occasionally having conversation with his dad would have been
That would have been
interesting.
another great premise for an episode.
Yeah. Well, almost like if he had read through the letters and in his mind, when he's having these moments of his dad visiting him, that he's through the information he's learning, he's then learning it in conversation with his dad. That's how he's processing through it. It's the easiest way for him to, get that information.
Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting. But again, we had a sweet moment. It could have been more. Gosh, I wish we would have had more of Chet Hunter like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Brett. We're getting to Girl Meets World eventually. I was thinking the other day, maybe we shouldn't do Girl Meets World, but it's because of Chet Hunter that I'm like, we have no choice but to do Girl Meets World. Because the best thing he's ever said or done is in Girl Meets World. So we got to get there.
We'll do the Chet Hunter Girl Meets World. There we go.
No. There's actual good stuff in there. We just got a lot of baloney to get into. All right.
But it's a good button for an episode that should have gone one of 3 or 4 different ways. I do like this button.
It's a good start and end to an episode, yes. But that is our episode.
That is the episode.
This is such a weird episode.
Yeah. So, Tyler, what do you got for our deep dives?
Well, let's see, Brett.
Hey, People. Am I the only one who read the summer reading list?
Well, let's see. What do we want to get into? Nothing. There's nothing for us to talk about, Brett.
Nothing.
Where are they located? We don't know. How far did they go? Who knows? Were they on one of the highways? They never say. So how can we possibly have a deep dive, Brett? They were in the middle of who knows in Pennsylvania? There's a lot of Pennsylvania. They're literally anywhere from about 45 minutes to 6 hours out. Which at that point, why aren't they at Katie's Corner? I don't know. But, I mean, they brought up Johnny Cash. Great. Johnny Cash, one of the most legendary musicians of all time. Wish we could have had him on the show. That would have been wonderful. He could have been a really cool professor to have for one episode.
Oh, yeah.
We mentioned the girl group that was being promoted in this episode.
Nobody's Angel, yeah.
Nobody's Angel?
Did you deep dive them at all?
I did not, Brett.
They lasted for 4 years.
I always forget that they were a real band.
And at one point, 2 of their members left and were replaced by 2 other members.
Fair. So yeah, I don't know I could possibly deep dive that you've not already covered in the other stuff we've talked about, Brett. Nothing important happens with Eric, Jack, and Rachel other than the fact of what is this? Are we friends? Are we not friends? There's nothing really that actually happens, Brett. I have nothing.
Fair enough. Well,
I never thought this was going to happen, but I got nothing.
That is a first. Well, let's talk about what we learned then.
You know anything about the Odyssey? Huh? Did I say you could talk?
I didn't teach you that.
My friend Mr. Matthews will lead the discussion.
Do I have to draw you a picture?
What did we learn? To be fair, I really didn't learn anything from the episode itself, but I'm gonna make an effort. Don't let your friend go on a wild-eyed goose chase cockamamie trip. Help them find purpose in it. That's what I learned. That's what I learned from this episode. Help your friend find purpose in their journey. Don't allow them to just wander aimlessly. Help them find purpose. What about you, Tyler? What did you learn?
Yeah. Sometimes being a good friend means letting go and letting people live their own lives. I don't know. It's a lesson they want us to learn, but yeah, I mean, I guess the bigger thing is just keep it in your pants. I honestly don't know. I'm a little frustrated right now. Like, you know, fine. I'll take from the apartment. Actually communicate. If you have an interest in someone, if you have actual feelings for someone, if you have a friend who's going to be affected by those feelings, talk about it with all of them. You need to have clear, open dialogue. Don't jack it up and just not talk about it. Actually talk it out.
Get all jacked up. There we go. Two solid pieces of advice that were better than the writing. Well,
I'm right?
No, you're exactly right.
So am I done with my education? Can I go?
how would you grade Road Trip?
I will give it a straight up D. Only because outside of the end with Chet Hunter talking with Cory, one great guest star, and a couple of really funny lines between Cory and Shawn, there's nothing else to this episode. Like, I will come back and rewatch this one, unlike the ones I've given Fs to. So, because I will watch it again willingly, I'll give it a D.
I'm going to go with a D minus.
Fair.
It's the only thing that keeps it from being a failure is that coda with Chet and Bill. Bill's interaction with Shawn and Cory keeps it afloat at times, and that little button there with Chet at the end, those are the only things that keep it from being an abysmal failure. The rest of it, chuck it out the door.
Yeah. I don't blame the girls whatsoever. I really think they were handed a raw deal, and
they were. This was a mandate passed down from above. We're shoehorning this group in, figure out a way to get them in there.
Yeah, it really feels like this season was given a lot more handcuffs out of nowhere than what should have been. Like, it kind of feels like they've now had 2 different times where it's like, these people will be in your show, even though it doesn't make sense at this time anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame the guest stars for coming in, but I mean, both times it really drug down the episode.
Yep.
And it's not their fault.
No.
You know whose fault it is, Brett?
Michael Jacobs.
Topanga! All right, I got a couple dad jokes for you.
Panga.
All right, let's hear them.
I have no idea if we've done these before, but who cares? What did the ocean say to the beach?
Nothing. It just waved.
Yeah, it did. I only know 25 letters of the alphabet.
Why?
I don't know why. A skeleton walks into a bar and says, "Hey, bartender, I'll have just 1 beer and a mop." Oh, hey, this one says Blockbuster. Let's see this. I got carded at a liquor store. A Blockbuster accidentally fell out, and the cashier said, "Never mind." Yeah.
Well, good-looking people. It's been a blast having you along for the ride. We hope you enjoyed it.
Know where you're going on a road trip.
Yes, know where you're going on a road trip. You can join us on our road trip by sending us a message through email at dadsmeetworld@gmail.com or catching us on our social media accounts across Instagram, Facebook, X/Twitter, or YouTube, if you're not already watching us there, at dadsmeetworld. And you can pick up some pretty sweet Dads Meet World swag at dadsmeetworld.threadless.com.
Bazinga.
Bazinga. That one's not ours.
No.
So until next time, we'll see you good looking.
Back to you. Sing along, good looking.
You know, how can I learn so much every week and still be so stupid? Oh, I am never gonna pee again! You lied to Topanga!
I want to be normal, Spud!
You need to get back and start slapping some people around. Was that Duckies? No, garbage. This is good TV.
Dads Meet World is a production of Head First Studios. Head First Studios. Tell your story.
What?